Hi everyone, and welcome back to Waterhouse Forde. It's been a very long time since I last posted a video, and as you can imagine, quite a lot of progress has been made on the tractor. In fact, it is now complete. It is finished, the project is done. Pretty much everything that I wanted to do has now been done. Now I know that I haven't filmed the last few stages. That obviously is sort of contrary to what I committed to at the start of this channel and at the start of this project, but unfortunately life got in the way, things happened, and yeah, let's just say that I needed to crack on, I needed to get the job done, and it just wasn't always convenient to do the filming. And so I thought I'd do this quick kind of catch-up video, show you the finished product, show you the tractor as it is, and talk you through some of the things that I've done. I think the last video was I was busy repairing one of the mudguards, replacing a patch, or installing a patch at the bottom to repair some rot. I abandoned that. I think that in the last video I showed you how I was really struggling to get the old and the new metal to basically join without burning through the old metal, and in the end I decided that the old metal was just too far gone. It was very, very thin, and any time I tried to weld the new patch on, it would just blow through, and I was landing up making bigger and bigger holes and needing to fill them, and it was just getting ridiculous. So in the end I did actually succumb, and I bought two new mudguard skins off of eBay, got them shipped, and cleaned them up and resprayed them along with most of the other body panels, and then put the tractor together. And that was the last sort of major task that was outstanding, was the mudguards. Once they were essentially remounted on the frame and painted, the rest of it pretty much went very quickly. So you may recall that we got the engine running, we got the tractor running, we actually drove it for a very short time, and then we stripped off the parts that we didn't want painted, went through and basically painted the whole tractor. So essentially all I've done is put all that back, but then, as I say, put the mudguards on and reinstalled the hydraulic arms, and that's pretty much it. But anyway, I'm going to bring you over, we'll go handheld in a second, I'll bring you over, I'll show you what the final, sort of close up what the final product looks like, and show you and talk a little bit about what we've done. So the first thing really to, I suppose, notice is that we've now installed a new fuel tank. This was a aftermarket tank that was supplied by Agriline. It actually was a tank that came with the tractor when I bought it, and it was sitting in the box for all the years that we were working on the tractor. You can see we've installed the new distributor. That's an electronic ignition distributor, using the old coil, and I have rewired the tractor as negative ground. I think these were originally positive ground, but I decided to go negative ground because it's what I'm more familiar with. I did clean up and respray the radiator, but that hasn't been, no further work has been done on that. You can see the fuel selection tap. That was one of our very first videos, was actually restoring that, so that went straight on without any issues. And you can see that I've basically put in the new wiring harness. Obviously it's not very complex, but put in the new wiring harness in, and also put new gauges on. So both the oil pressure gauge and the water temperature gauge are new, and new oil pressure gauge pipe installed as well, which you saw on the other side. But again, just to show you the temperature gauge, the air filter, the oil bath air filter, it's the original one, but I did have to replace this bottom cup that goes on the bottom here. Unfortunately, the other one had a couple of pinholes in it that somebody had tried to repair them with JB Weld. But of course, as soon as I started trying to clean it in order to paint it, they became apparent again. New carburetor supplied by Anglo Agri Parts, and then the refurbished, the recently refurbished dynamo installed as well. You'll notice I haven't put the heat shield on the exhaust. I'm not running on TVO. I am only running on petrol, straight petrol. So I haven't put the heat shield on. I may still do that. I do have one problem with this, the way it is at the moment, and that is that the friction pad that goes in behind the governor arm, this one here under the dash, that isn't really working very well, and the accelerator isn't staying where you put it, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm going to have to take that out and replace that. But otherwise, the tractor is completed. Got a reasonable shine on the bonnet, as you can see, and on the mud guards as well. These new skins are really quite nice, and they've come up really well. So very, very happy about those, and they're reasonably original. They're very, very close reproduction to the original, so I'm happy with that. And then just installed the hydraulic arms and set up the stage hand and that sort of thing. Nothing major there. I have set the hydraulics as well, so obviously the hydraulic arms work perfectly fine, and I've set them to where they will stay where you put them, and then you can drop them as needed. And more importantly, the draft control also has been set for the top link, so that they will drop they will raise if you put any pressure on that top link. So yeah, it's all pretty much done. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of a two-tone going on with the paint. Unfortunately, I ran out of the original paint, so the main sort of engine, transmission, all of that is a slightly lighter grey than the bonnet and the mudguards, which is a bit of a shame. But actually, I don't think it looks too bad, and it's only really noticeable if you look very closely. But so yeah, I'm going to I'll close the bonnet now, and we'll start it up, and I'll show you how it starts from a cold start. So it's perfectly cold at the moment. I can put my hand on it. Ice cold, hasn't been run for about a week. So we'll do a cold start and show you how it operates, or how well it starts. bother to run it for too long. The workshop does fill up with obviously with exhaust fume, which is obviously not very good for my health. So I'll run it for a little bit. I'll quickly show you how the hydraulics are working, and then I'll switch it off for obvious reasons. So right, so give it a little bit of choke. I don't know how well the sound's going to come out, but as you can see, hydraulics went all the way to the top, and then what I've done is I've let them go down and I've set it so that they'll stay there now. And again, I have tested this, they'll stay there for over a week without dropping. Haven't yet had any weight on them, but we'll see. Now, the thing with the draft control, what we want is if we put pressure on the top link, we want them to raise like that. And then of course with a little bit of weight they'll go back down to where I set them previously. So that's all been set up correctly as well. At the moment, because it's at idle, the charge light is the charge light is on, meaning that it's not charging. You'll see as soon as I pick up the rev, that goes off as you would expect. So we know that the dynamo is working perfectly as well. So there you go. Runs like a dream. Really happy with it. The cold start, it takes a little while because I do turn the fuel tap off. It takes a little while for the fuel to run back and kind of fill the carburetor, but other than that it starts pretty much on the button, which is fantastic. Look, it's ready. It's finished. The job is done now, and again, I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. I obviously want to thank all of you for following along with this project. I also obviously want to thank Anglo Agri-Parts and the new company that have taken over theirs, KMP brand as well. They obviously had a role to play in this journey, and I really appreciate everything that they did for us along the way. And yeah, obviously would ask you to go and support them if you can. If you need any parts for your tractor, then please do go along and support them. Anglo Agri-Parts is the website. So what next? Where do we go from here? Well, the next project is definitely going to be the John Deere, the little ride-on mower. I've talked about that many times before. I'm now going to bring that into the workshop, and we're going to sort out the engine on that and at least get it running. The actual mower deck itself, I still have it. It's in quite bad shape. And I will do an assessment and we'll decide whether we can repair that or not. If we can't, then we'll just use it as a ride-on, like a towing tractor basically. But I would like to get the mower running, because I think that that's probably going to be a better mower for this property than the Mountfield. So I'm hoping that I can bring the deck back and actually use it as a mower. So that's the next project. Hopefully that won't take too long. I think a few weeks, and we should have that engine running. The deck might take a little bit more and it might take a bit longer, but let's see how we go with that. As we are approaching, well, hopefully not too soon now, but winter is coming, and as soon as I'm able to stop mowing, I will bring the International in to the workshop, and I've got various jobs that I want to do on that. And also the paddock mower itself needs basically needs it going through. Probably need to replace some bearings. Certainly need to sort out again some body work on that mower. The actual body itself is definitely starting to well, it's corroded through in a few places. So we need to take a look at that and see how much of it we can patch. So yeah, lots of projects coming up. What about the Fergie? Well, I'm undecided. The original plan obviously was to sell it and use that then to fund the next project, but as I've already got 2 projects lined up, I'm not in a hurry to sell the Fergie, but I think eventually we'll put it up for sale and let it go to a new home where somebody can actually use it and put it to work essentially. They do like to be worked, and even with this one I probably will hitch up the mower towards the end of the season and just put it to work a little bit, because the engine does still need to be running, and who knows, I might do 1 or 2 road runs with it, local road runs as well, just to let it just to get it opened up and let it breathe a little bit. But yeah, so stay tuned. I think it will go on the market at some point during this year, towards the end of this year, and hopefully we'll go to a good home with somebody who can put it to work. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for following. Once again, thank you for all of your support, and but please do stay tuned. Lots of good content still coming up, and looking forward to being able to publish videos more frequently now, as we're cleared with this project and we can actually now move forward with some of the arguably smaller projects that need doing. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great week, and see you on the next video. Cheers for now.